It's your boy Rodney Perry. I'm bringing you an evolutionary experience. Hey, it's game changer.
Hi, this is Indy with Designer Accessory Adoption. Thanks for watching this video. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new, I typically load videos every Wednesday as well as every other Saturday at 8 p.m. and then also at 8 a.m. So definitely consider subscribing if you're interested in anything related to fashion, luxury, pre-owned, vintage, as well as lifestyle topics. So, and also to my folks that are subscribers, thank you so much for subscribing and also checking out all of my videos. Please definitely give me a thumbs up to anybody who's watching. If you're enjoying the content, I would really appreciate it. So let's get into today's topic. As you can see from the title, this is going to be covering a little bit of information about the Gucci Diana tote as well as the Lady Dior. Both were very, I would say, just very synonymous with Lady Diana Spencer. Or is that the right title? Princess Diana. Let's go with that so I don't call her the wrong name. So Princess Diana. And she was such a fashion powerhouse in the 90s. So definitely Dior has, this bag was made popular. Their bag that was named after Diana was made popular in the 90s, as well as the Diana tote with Gucci. And I wanted to go over a quick little bit of information about kind of the similarities between the two, as well as a little bit of history about them, and then go over some sizing information as well. That way, if you want a little bit of something between the two of them, or you're trying to decide really between which one you want to go with, maybe this little bit of information will help you, and it'll be a nice little entertaining video. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. So the segments of this video will be, first I will go, and I have my little notepad so I might look down so I can keep it straight. But first I will go over similarities between the Gucci Diana tote as well as the Lady Dior, made by Christian Dior, if you are not sure who I'm talking about when I say what designer I'm talking about. And then next up, I will go into some differences between the two. And then after that, I will cover a little bit of history and then finish up with a little bit of sizing information, which I'll probably just throw the sizing information up on the screen. So I don't think I'm just really going to walk through everything, but just throw it up on the screen so you can see it. And definitely let me know if you have any questions. I will say I wanted to try to find a lot more information, and this is all I can find at the moment. So let me know, share some details down below if you know more than what I'm covering on the video. So for real this time, let's get into it. All right, so first up is going to be similarities. So both of these bags, and you should be able to see them on the screen by now, both of them have a pretty similar structure. So it totally makes sense why Princess Diana loved both of these handbags. So you see that they both are a boxy shape. You see that they both are more of that ladylike structure. You see that they are more a structured handbag and have top handles, as well as have the zipper pocket on the inside. Now, I couldn't get too many details about the interior of the vintage Diana, or as well, yeah, the vintage Diana compared to the Lady Dior back then. And then also not a lot of information now, but pretty much I do know that between both of them, they do have a zipper pocket, one zipper pocket at least on the inside. Also, both of them did have bottom feet, so that is also a similarity as well. And then both of them have a flap closure. Now, I know some of the Lady Dior's also have a zippered top, and I'm not quite sure kind of as far as sizing go when the zipper top closure comes into play versus that kind of interior flap closure. Definitely those folks that are well versed in Dior, throw that in the comments down below if you know. But that is an option, so I did want to throw that out there, similarities between the two. And it definitely seems like, I know I've seen some of the Dior's with the little flap closure. However, the item that's remained consistent between kind of the closures was the Gucci. The Gucci Diana remained the same with as far as the closure goes between the vintage photos that I saw and now. So that pretty much stayed the same, where Dior, it seemed to change at some point, as well as it may have been some differences between sizes. But there you go with that information. All right, so next up is going to be some of the differences that I saw. So the differences between the bags are, obviously, even though both of them are top handled, the Gucci has bamboo handles versus leather handles, as well as the Gucci Diana was lined in suede interior, it appears, when it was the original style, was lined in suede. The current version, according to the Gucci website, it is microfiber, which I wish they would have kept the suede. Obviously, I feel like suede is a more expensive. It's also a natural material versus micro suede, which is man-made and it's manufactured. It does have some benefits to being a little bit more hard wearing, but look, when you're talking about luxury, you want the lux of the lux, not the man-made stuff. So I wish they would have kept that the same, but that is something to note. It does note that it is a suede-like finish. So I don't know how closely it feels to suede. I haven't seen it in person, but that's just something to note if you're considering it. Next up, another difference is there is a slight dip in the center, and I'll throw up another photo of the Gucci Diana. If you notice, it's not a straight line across the top. It's a slight dip in the middle. So I don't know. If it was a shoulder bag, that would, to me, make sense, because that would be where kind of your underarm would be, which totally makes sense that way. That straight structure is not kind of like, it decreases the amount of leather that's kind of like scooping under your arm. However, it's not a bag you hold over your shoulder. It's more of a arm carry bag, but it would be helpful because if you want to carry it in the crook of your arm, I feel like that's helpful to have that slight little dip there and curve. And also, I think it just makes it a beautiful design aspect where it's not straight across, and as prim and proper, I would say, as the Lady Dior is. So we'll take it. And then I think that was last up with the differences that I wanted to note. Oh, also the Dior has a textile lining. So yeah, so that's a difference there as well, as it's a textile lining. I'm not quite sure of the material, actually. Throw that down below if you know. All right, so next up, I will talk a little bit about the history. I could not find a lot of history, but a lot of articles talking about the redesign, the revamp of the Gucci Diana bag. So I got this information from several different articles. Some information came from Wikipedia. Some information came from Vogue in the UK, as well as some other sites. So I definitely will throw those blogs or articles that I find down below in case you want to read a little bit more about it. You can get that. You can hit those references in the description details. All right. So first up is the Gucci. What I was really interested in was which bag came first, and I will be able to tell you that through all of the sources that I checked, the Gucci bag came first. It was not originally called, according to Wikipedia, it was not originally called the Diana. That was born through its revamp, and I just realized I didn't tell you when. All right, so the Gucci Diana tote, which was not originally called Diana, went down a rabbit hole there, was originally designed in 1991. One of these bags actually was gifted to Diana and Princess Diana, and it was before it came on the market, but I lost my original notes and had to start over. So if you know that, throw that also down below. I don't know whether that's the Gucci Diana or the Dior, the Lady Dior, but one of them, basically, they gifted it before it came on the market for public consumption, I guess that's what I'll say. But anyway, the Gucci Diana came first in 1991, and in the 90s, Lady Diana's, I keep wanting to say the wrong name, and I don't want to call her the wrong name. Princess Diana, let's start with that. So Princess Diana was seen on several occasions, whether that was kind of casually going to and from the gym, to business lunches, or whatever she was doing during the day. She had various activities and outfits where she would carry the Gucci Diana bag. Now, like I mentioned, interesting enough, it was, according to Wikipedia, renamed in 2020. So if I can find the original name, I will throw that down below. By the time this video goes up, it will give me a little bit more time to do research if I can find it. But that's just a little interesting tidbit. I love to learn a little bit of history about handbags, so hopefully you do too. Thumbs it up if you do. All right, so next up is, talked about that. And then originally, I thought that the straps on the bamboo was kind of like a revamp, and actually it was not. According to an article that I read, I want to say it came from Vogue. There were straps that originally came with the original Diana tote. We're just going to call it Diana tote until I know otherwise. And that was similar point to keep the bamboo structure handles in their shape that they needed to be in the correct shape. So that's a little history about the Gucci bag. For the Lady Dior, this was actually started, I've seen 2 articles. Most have credited 1995 as when this bag came out. However, I did find an article that said it came out in 94. And now that I'm saying that, I feel like it might have been the the Lady Dior that actually came out maybe in 94, and then it was gifted before it came on the market. A little bit of that's coming back to me. Don't quote me on it, but I think it was the Lady Dior that was in this case. Now, the interesting fact is that this bag that has been known for years and years and decades, for a while, right? At least decades at this point, known as the Lady Dior, was not originally named the Lady Dior. It actually was named the Chouchou. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly in French, but it was named the Chouchou. And they then renamed it to the Lady Dior bag after they saw how much she absolutely loved it, and it just became known as one of the bags she would carry. So, and according to the article I read, also she was gifted one, but then she also ordered several in multiple colors. And while the Gucci Diana tote came out in the 90s, kind of fell under the radar, wasn't produced, and then Gucci revamped it and re-released it, the Lady Dior has been a staple every season, every year for the fashion house. There are so many styles out there, so many finishes, and they just keep pushing it out. So it's definitely been a staple in the Christian Dior line, handbag line, versus the Gucci handbag line. So let me quickly pause here before I go to the last thing, which is going to be, actually I said I was going to throw up the measurements, but I just wanted to quickly say here, if you're enjoying the content, definitely consider subscribing as well as giving me a thumbs up. I really would appreciate it, as well as check out some of those other videos that I have linked down below in my playlist. All right, so last up is I'm going to throw up the sizes here. So first up, you will see the Gucci sizes. As you can see here, there are 3 sizes that Gucci has currently released of the revamped the Gucci Diana bag. I keep calling it the wrong name. There's a mini size, there's a small, as well as a medium. And you can see how kind of the differences are between those sizes. Next up, you should by now see the Lady Dior. The Lady Dior has 4 sizes: the mini, small, medium, and large. At some point there was a micro, but that one has been discontinued. I will mention that I got the Dior sizes from Purse Blog when they did a extensive blog post on everything you needed to know about the Lady Dior bag. So definitely check that out. I will link that article down below if you want to read more. And I thank you so much for watching. This is the end of the video. I thought this was going to be a pretty quick one, but we're at 13 minutes. All right, so thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for all of the love and support in the comments. I really do appreciate it. And I will check you out again next time. See you soon. Bye.